So, as I was reading through this story, I found myself very ignorant to all of the different things that people go through when it comes to depression. I didn't realize how many different levels and how deep these levels went when it came to depression. I know that my wife deals with some form of it every now and then. And so it was just very interesting to see all the different things that kind of go into depression and even how on how Ron was just so involved with understanding depression and the deep things that came with it. I honestly, I truly believe that as Christians, we do lump everything together, and even to the point where it could seem like it's a physical problem. Like, you just go to physical therapy when your knee hurts, or you just go to the doctor when you feel sick. And so I think a lot of people, they don't understand the difference between the chemical imbalance that happens when you are depressed or when you have anxiety. And so we often think that there are simple things that need to happen when someone is feeling those chemical imbalances, because it's not just our emotions, but there's something inside of us, inside of our brain, inside of our body that actually is being affected, which puts us into these different states. And so um, I don't know. I think the best way we can help people is going to these different stories that we see in this case, and helping people see that there are biblical people who dealt with depression, who dealt with anxiety, who were fearful, who doubted, and help them realize that they are just like us. The people in the Bible were human. They were just like us. They went through different things, but I love what First Peter talks about. First Peter talks about suffering and the persecution that we are going to deal with as a people. But I love what First Peter chapter 4 talks about, and how Jesus knows our suffering and he's dealt with the suffering. He has gone through forms of anxiety, and he knows what it's like to be persecuted. And so we can find comfort in knowing that Jesus, our Messiah, our King, he has dealt with these things and he knows what we're going through. Even though, yeah, maybe he may not have gone through depression, he's gone through some form of pain and hurt that we can relate to. And I think when we preach that, we'll help people see that, man, I'm not alone in this. My God, he has gone through certain things that I've gone through. And so I think we miss some of that, and I think we can do a better job with helping people see that there are biblical characters like Hannah, like Jonah, that have gone through certain things like depression, and that they're not alone. That these biblical characters felt the same thing. I also think that we do. Some churches have things. I went to a church a while back that had a counseling program, and so I think the church is doing better about offering different activities, and even in small groups. Like, one of the things we do is we have a counseling grief small group that just helps people walk through different grief and different traumas in their life. And so I think that is, we're doing better about that. And I think we can continue doing better about that. Um, I think pastor, like at least my pastor, I know that he's given us the resources that allow us to go and get the counseling and going to get the help that we need when we're feeling certain things. But I think we can do better about giving opportunities for our people to have those resources, because as this book presented, like, man, how many people are in our congregation and they're dealing with depression and anxiety and they just don't have the help. What are we giving them? And we have a few people within our congregation that give therapy sessions, but I think we can do better about offering those things to them. And I think we just need to figure out who in our congregation or who in our community offers different things when it comes to counseling or medication. Um, I don't ever want to present that it's, medication and Jesus, but I do think there's a place for medication and doctors um, and counseling because I think those things are important. I've gone through stuff like that and it's helped me tremendous. But I want people at the end of the day to remember that God is for them just like he was for Joshua. He was with Joshua. He was wanted him to be strong and courageous and know that he would never leave him, never forsake him. And I truly believe that for any person who needs him. So this was great, and I'm excited for what's next.